What up, what up, what up? We are back again. You see what it say? We gonna talk that barber shit. So I'm gonna let IG do what it do. Send out the notifications, let everybody know I'm going live. And yeah, I'm just gonna sit back.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good.
Don't be nervous, don't be nervous.
Too late.
All right, I know today's Sunday, and a lot of people are probably watching football or just trying to get ready for Monday, the regular week. But I just want to say thank you for jumping aboard, and I got a lot of questions for you.
A lot of answers.
I know, right? But what what I like to share and what I like to give back is information about our industry and from having the conversation I had with you, I think having you on today will definitely um, show growth, ability for everyone, but also women that are thinking about, maybe being in this industry as well, and not just being someone behind the chair, but also in front of the chair as well.
Hmm.
So I like to call my platform Talk That Barber Shit, but it also includes everyone in the industry from all spectrums. And I know, I honestly, like everything, we all collectively work together and we can build together.
Hmm.
And any way that I can bring someone on like yourself that can share insight and growth and ability and leadership, that's what I definitely want to do with my platform.
Gotcha.
Let me know. Let me know if you're having a hard time hearing me or seeing me because I know sometimes IG likes to glitch a little bit.
I can hear you.
Okay, cool.
And I can see perfectly.
All right, cool. So um, it's funny. I got a chance to check out your page,
Hmm.
and my family is also from Belize.
I
So
remember you told me when we volunteered. You told I think from Dangrega.
my dad is from Stan Creek.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you more in the city part, right?
Island part. My family's from Kikaker.
Okay, okay, okay. So
Originally, my family's more Jamaican than Belizean.
oh, okay, okay. So
But I grew up in
you
Belize.
got the best of both worlds. I see.
Hmm.
Yeah. So like you said, we got a chance to collaborate in the band. I was like during COVID, right? Right
Yeah, that was
in
like
the mix,
right. It was in
in
the
the
middle
mix of
of
COVID. Yeah, yeah. So let's talk about the journey from then to now. Like, what has it been like for you, and what is the the aspiration, the growth, the leadership, and everything that you want to create in this industry?
so from then to now, it's been a huge transition
Yeah.
because primarily we were more focused on doing like the nonprofit and within the community and giving back to the community and
Hmm.
just trying to like to be a resource to people because during COVID a lot of people had lost their jobs. A lot of people couldn't even go into like the barber shop or salon. You couldn't get your hair done. Nothing. Like everything was basically locked down. The fact that we had that opportunity to be out there to do that was pretty dope.
Yeah.
And I think that kind of sparked something in myself and my team because we wanted to do more throughout that process. We wanted to reach out to people who weren't able to have access to these services. And then it kind of took on a life of its own from then because then we started partnering with schools, trying to
Yeah.
help the kids get their reps from, their haircuts. And then it flourished into something even bigger than that where we were going into like healthcare, helping people trying to find out like what their ailments are, mental health, dealing with women who suffer from domestic violence situations. So that one event stemmed so many different ideas to
Yeah.
the point whereby our shop is a shop, but it's a hub for so many different things.
Okay.
So
Let's talk about it. Let's just
it's
jump
like,
into it.
so it's more community based. So for us, we operate as a nonprofit, but we have a for-profit arm.
Okay.
But basically, if you come in there and you ask us for help with anything, any resource, we're gonna help you find a way how to get it. Whether it's something like a book bag for kids or something as simple as, hey, I need funding for housing or something like that. We partner with different organizations within our community to keep active with our residents within that community to make sure that everybody's taken care of. So we partner with a lot of different organizations. So it's bigger than just barbering. It's
I love that.
it's bigger than just barbering. I feel like I call it a camaraderie of love in the community. We
Yeah.
like, because you know how a barbershop is a cornerstone of every community, and I feel like
Yes.
more than just giving haircuts. It's just us being there, showing up for people at all times, regardless if it's a haircut, whatever it is. We're just there to show up
Yes.
in any aspect that we can.
See, and that's what wanted to definitely hit on, and this is what this platform is definitely about. Because I think we also forget. I know now, and it's good. It's nothing wrong. It's definitely a place to make great money,
Mhm.
but we also forget about the other accolades that go in with all this that we're doing.
Mhm.
Yes, you're a self-employed, barber,
Mhm.
hairstylist, nail tech, but at the end of the day, what levels are you trying to create and match and take to the next scale? So to hear about like your barber shop, it's not just a spot to get a haircut, but it's a home for other aspirations to for someone that is in need. And like you said, it's a community service and community base. And I think sometimes we build shops or we work at shops or we create a shop and we forget what was the point of putting that shop in that particular area in that community.
That's true.
So yeah.
For
So like
sorry, go
no
ahead.
no go. I was gonna ask you, but I already see you got it, so go.
The shop was more of an afterthought. It was always community first.
Yeah,
And then the shop just bred a life of its own because people kept asking us like, why don't you guys have a shop? Why don't you guys have a shop? And it's like, you're right, let's do a shop. The
yeah,
shop kind of came as an afterthought because we just were in anywhere we were needed, we were just there.
yeah. No. I mean, it was definitely because I think the project that I got to work with you guys with was the Christmas one, right? And
Hmm.
yeah,
It
yeah.
was our
So
first event, our very first
that
event.
was the first one. I
First,
mean, it seemed like it was way beyond the first one.
that, it was well organized, but that was our very first event.
Man, that was awesome. I mean, everything was set up nicely. We had everything going on, but then our area where, so many people was coming around and like, man,
Mhm.
y'all cutting hair. Can I get a haircut? Oh,
Mhm.
I appreciate this. Oh, I love that you guys doing this. Oh, shoot, my son needs a haircut right now. Can I get it? So,
It was an experience, and for
yeah,
the first time doing it, like I fell in love with it. Especially seeing like the kids. The kids is what kind of like got to me. It's like, oh wow, they really need a haircut. They really need this service,
Yeah.
but there was no one really offering it to them. And that was like a dope experience. You guys took time out of because I know everybody's busy. Because even though we weren't technically open, a barber has to hustle. Like y'all
Yeah.
were still making money somehow. So the fact you guys came out and it was for free and you gave back to the community and it's like I think it was 5 hours you were there for. You were the very first person there. We were setting up and you were the very first person there.
I don't. I mean, I don't even, half the time when I'm doing that, I don't even pay attention to the time. But it was so much going on in a great
Mhm.
atmosphere. You forget about the time. Like,
True.
yeah. So yeah. I think I was there from morning to you guys said,
Mhm.
okay, we closed it up.
Yep. You helped me set up that tent. You helped me take it down. Quick.
So as far as the base, and you know what's funny? I don't know how. Um, in tune you are to a lot of stuff. And I don't want to, I shouldn't even say it like that because I know you're very in tune to a lot of things that's going on, but not as far as like the negative as part of like what's being shared. Being like you said, being a owner of a barbershop. We have things that's being divided between us now,
Mhm.
and I think before COVID, it was still kind of a structure that was being led with the owners and also the self-employed barbers that worked in the shop. They still understand or understood the concept of what the shop was basically there for and
Mhm.
how it was trying to help and elevate us to the next level. But I feel like now everything is like a me thing. So it's like I come in the shop, but I'm gonna do me. I'm not really here to elevate the shop because I need to elevate myself. So how do you deal with that being an owner, knowing that you want a certain class of people that really want to elevate their self, but also want to elevate what you guys got going on as well?
So I'm very selective with my hiring. Not for a barber means you have access to my shop or to
Yeah.
my space or to my team. Because even though I'm the owner, I don't go in there and I don't micromanage them. We're a team. At the end of the day, I'm only as good as that person behind the chair.
Mhm.
And most will know all of my team started off volunteering with me first before they even had access to get a chair in the shop. So
Okay.
for us, it's a camaraderie. Like if one barber is not as proficient in something as a barber, they'll walk over there and they'll help that other barber. It's not a competition. Or if one barber is not getting as much clients, we'll sit down and we'll talk about how we can elevate with booking sites or how we can do different marketing strategies. The objective is for all of us to eat, basically, because it's
Mhm.
nice to have a nonprofit, but at the end of the day, they have the bills that they need to pay.
Mhm.
Outside of them working in the shop, we do community events and we just kind of like I don't know. I guess to say this, what I love about my team is we blend well together. It's
Okay.
there's no beat. Like I've been in shops, I've seen certain situations where it's like
Yeah.
it's all about you, it's all about this person. But in the shop, it's definitely not like that. I could honestly say my barbers they build up one another. They build up one another. There's no like, oh, if one walking comes in, it's an issue. They'll
Yeah.
talk about who'll get them, or if it's a newer barber and you notice that that person hasn't gotten a client all week, they'll pass it along and they'll stay there. Now they'll watch that haircut to make sure that that cut's being like really done well. So
Okay.
for me, it's like I know there's a negative aspect of it. I know there's like a divide between owners and well, team. I call them team, not my employees. I know there's a divide, but I feel like we have developed we developed a bond when we were working outside in the community. So when it came into the shop, it just it just kind of flowed naturally. We didn't have that, which I'm very grateful for.
Yeah.
So grateful.
No, no, you got to really have, like what you said, that platform, that understanding between the two. And
Hmm.
I know sometimes with social media now and showing like, hey, if you charge this amount, or if you do this, or if you build your clientele on social media and
Yeah.
TikTok, you're your own individual product, and you don't need this and you don't need that. Oh, I can go in a suite and then I can run my suite. But then I also see people that went to a suite that had a large following, and now they're back at a shop.
Because you don't grow in a suite.
Yeah.
Who are you gonna challenge yourself against in a suite, because even though my team's a team, I know they're secretly competitive. They're
Mhm.
secretly trying to see who does a better fade or who has a crispy assignment or who could put the better color. I see that. I sit behind that receptionist desk sometimes and I smirk because I can see it, but
Yeah,
there's no ego in it, right? They'll just walk
yeah,
over and be like, "Oh, what do you think of this?" Or "What do you think
yeah,
of?"
yeah.
They take trades from one another, but there's no growth when you go into a suite, because who are you growing with? It's you versus you, yes, but you're not exposed to a rare talent of people. You could be a young barber and just go into a suite, but there's so much experienced barbers that you can learn from,
Mhm.
that if you just go straight into the suite, you deprive yourself of that experience. You deprive yourself of growing. You just put yourself stagnant. You end up going into a shop because it's a better shop feel.
Mhm.
Like, I'd rather go into a hair salon where it's like five girls in there doing hair. And I don't care what mess they're talking, but it's just a feeling of community in there. And I could say something and she'll have an opinion or have
Right,
it.
yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah,
the same feel in a barbershop. Sometimes I'm sitting there and I'm listening to all like the older heads talking to the younger guys.
yeah.
Like, you miss out when you go into a suite. You miss out on that girl. You pause yourself completely.
No, no, I mean you're right. Iron sharpens iron, and like you said, like I ain't gonna say here. Like when I first got into the industry, after a while, being at different shops, you get to that point, like, man, I got to deal with this, I got to deal with that. Maybe since this is starting to get very popular, maybe I should. But then I realized if I want to learn more, or want to be under someone that can teach me a lot more, I can't be in a space by myself.
That's so true.
Yeah. But yeah, I love that. Like when you can look to your left or your right and you see someone that is doing this, and then you look
Mm-hmm.
at it, and then a lot of people are collectively expanding their craft. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
people are doing locks, a lot of people are doing twists, a lot of people are coloring now, a lot of people are doing a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't learn that just being in the area on your own.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, you can watch YouTube or you can go take a course, but when you can at least see it multiple times every day around you, then you
Mhm.
you, you pick up a lot faster.
For me, barbering is like a creative space, right? You're all artists.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
all like creative in your own realm, right? And there's
yeah,
some artists that just has that proficiency to knock it off just like that.
yeah,
When you expose yourself to that and seeing it, you can watch a video, like you said, you can watch YouTube University all day long, but you might not grasp that. You can
yeah,
see how to do the comb for the locks, but you might not grasp that. Someone actually being there showing you how to do it is
yeah,
just a feel.
yeah. And I love that because we can take this conversation back to, like you said, you guys worked in an area where you guys was teaching, and now
Mm-hmm.
you became a spot for people to come and do their craft. So in certain ways, is it an area like yourself, being the owner? How do you elevate your mindset of being an owner in this industry and capitalizing and take it to the next level? Because nowadays, I don't know if we have the leaders that was, the head person of the barbershop or salon that was like teaching craft, but also teaching value. Like, hey, eventually you might want to do this yourself and get your own spot. I know sometimes I think owners get scared of like, okay, if I let this particular person go, then I'm gonna lose out, or my establishment might decline. But how do you move from that mindset to be like, hey, if I'm a leader and I'm teaching my crew to be a leader and they go get their own, eventually it's all gonna circle back the same way.
Exactly. I'm big on helping my barbers and stylists find the resources that they need. Very big on that. I can, for my barbers, I'll sit down, we'll have that one on one chop up to what they want to learn, what they want to do. And most of the time, we do like a mentorship thing, right?
Yeah,
So I recently, well, he's not with our shop anymore, but he's still like one of the mentors. His name
yeah,
is Mondo. Really, really great barber. So fortunate to have met him in this lifetime.
yeah,
Where if any of my barbers need to elevate themselves in any way, anywhere in their craft, I can always be like, hey, Mondo, can you come in and do a little course for me?
yeah,
Same with my stylist. I got exposed to this lady named Miss Morrison. Excellent lady. She teaches color. If my stylists are not proficient in that, I can always pick up the phone and be like, hey, can you like give them a class? And they'll come in and they'll teach them. Um, as of late, no one has asked for, an elevation, but I still push because I know some of my stylists wants to be like teachers. So we go into after school programs. We have an after school program with Locke High School and one in San Dimas. I push
Okay.
my stylists to go and teach those classes, and I don't give them anything. I don't give them any blueprints, anything. I just want to see how they will do it on the fly, to see how they will do it. And they strive, and they come back and they be like, Mona, like, I would have never known this was so dope if you didn't let me do it. I'm like, I want to see, because I can see your potential. I
Yeah.
can see that you're dope. But sometimes someone needs to give you that platform to do it. And I just be throwing them out there all the time. I just throw them out there and see how they'll do. And they always rise above, they always exceed my expectations. And
Yeah.
the fact that they know they can do it for themselves, um, it's phenomenal. I don't see it as I'm gonna lose a barber or a stylist. I
Mhm.
feel like I'm building upon them so they can build upon somebody, and that's gonna come back full circle.
Yes.
It always comes back full circle. So it's never like, oh well, oh, man, I don't want her to feel like, well, if she gets out there and learn how to be so proficient in color, she's never gonna want to color in my shop. No, if she goes out there and does that, she could say where she started, which is right here, and that's how one of my stylists came in from another
Mhm.
stylist. I said, well, I started right at Barber Grooves, and Mona pushed me, and I'm like, thank you, man, for coming, because that's
Right.
how it is.
And then I feel like we lose the background or the backbone of like how I know, I don't want to take away because social media has helped me, but I feel like sometimes we get stuck with just looking at a camera and sharing our identity and sharing what we do, that when we come to a real point, like you said, being in front of a class, being in front of students, or now taking it to the next level of being an instructor, like how do you do that with your real personality in front of real people? So
I feel like once you're genuine, it's always just your genuinity was just it flows out. For me,
mhm,
it's not whether I do it on social media or because social media is a great platform to
mhm.
boost that, but I'm not a social media girly. You have to get me face to face like this right
Yeah,
here.
yeah,
A year you could never get me to do this. I did it because you came through for me. So I would come through and share my because I'm really not a social media person. Like
appreciate it.
I'll post my a glimpse of my personal life and whatever,
Yeah,
when it comes to talking about this, I rather show what my team does
yeah,
versus going and saying what I'm doing because it's not just a me effort,
yeah, yeah,
it's a team's effort. And I feel like when you see how genuine they are in the craft, you get exposed to it. I can put a video up there, you can meet us in person, but you'll see the genuine of our organization. You'll see it. It just shows. I mean, you saw it.
I did. Obviously, I did. Like, what is more of like the personal experience and personal growth that you have taken from this, from the beginning to now, and seeing everything? Like, how's it really affected you personally with everything that you have grown and built?
So, to be honest, it made me take a humbling stance because when I got inducted into the barbering world, I just thought, okay, they cut here, that's it, or that's just it.
Yeah.
But when I really got in there and I really saw that this was just more than a craft, that barbers and stylists are actually doing a lot more than here. They're therapists. They're trying to make sure that you're not only physically well, you're mentally well. They're having these conversations, and I feel like why it humbled me was because I took a certain arrogance towards it when I first started. Like, okay, well, I could do this. This is just easy. I could just manage people, but it's
Mhm,
not managing people. You can't manage people in this craft. That's not how it works.
mhm,
Honestly, I feel like every barber or stylist just has this creative nook that's within them, right? And you as I hate to use the word owner, but you as the person in charge of what the organization, you have to
mhm,
tap into that nook. You have to genuinely be able to understand what's going on with your staff. So for me, well, I said I took a humble approach is because I'm very
yeah, on it. Yeah.
on the time.
Yeah.
So I'll go from one thing boom to the other thing boom, but this caused me to slow down and see what I wanted to do and how I wanted this organization to play out because I wanted to be more than just barbering and I wanted to be more than just my team just working and doing hairstyles. I wanted us to all grow together in this industry and grow in a sense of humanitarianism whereby it's not about the dollar, it's about the people that we're serving. So
Mhm.
it took my mental standpoint took a whole from what it was supposed to be to what it is now. It's daunting, and at first it took a lot out of me to change my mindset. But the more as the years progressed and I started working with these people more in this industry and learning about barbering and learning about the different hairstyles and stuff and the stuff that my stylists have to go through, it made me more excited to be a part of the industry.
Yeah,
It made me want to be more in tune, especially because I want to understand what they're understanding.
yeah, yeah. Have you ever got to a point where you be like, hey, maybe I want to go get my license and
So what was I one haircut and I was traumatized. And I was like, because I thought about it. I'm not gonna lie, I thought about it because when they were teaching me how to do like lineups and fades, I was like, okay, I could do this. And then
yeah.
one guy came in one time, and I was like, no, we're not doing this. He was too particular, and he made me nervous. I was like, you know what? There's so many dope females in this industry. I'm gonna let them.
I always laugh because I get new customers, and you're doing the vibe introduction and stuff,
Mhm.
and it always comes up. Not all the time, but sometimes it comes up, and it'll be like, "So how long you been cutting?" And I'll be like, "Man, I just started right now."
I know they hopped out at it.
No, they start laughing and stuff, and they be like, "Well, you got to start somewhere, right?" And so I've been saying, you got to start somewhere.
True. I would hop out the chair and be like, excuse me, who's been in here 5 plus years?
Right, right. Well, let's get back to. I love that Barber Gruel is about the community and definitely about the culture. What is it that you guys really like to push? Definitely with everything that's going on now, because I know you guys have conversation about a lot of things that you're seeing when it comes to like barber shows and um, the black culture, white culture, Hispanic culture, and all this stuff that's going on. Like at the end of the day, whoever walks to the door, they're a part of our community and part of
Mm-hmm.
our culture. So how do you guys make sure that whoever walks in is knowing that whoever you are, you're a part of this? Yeah, yeah.
So that's a really good question, by the way. Um, we generally, you walk through our doors, you're greeted with nothing but love because we want to know what you're interested in. We know that everybody doesn't want to be a barber. We know everybody don't want to be a stylist. But you come to those doors, we basically preach entrepreneurship.
Mhm.
That's like our main goal, especially for our youth. We know that a lot of people are not going to go to college. Not a lot of people aren't going to go to trade school. So we try to figure out like, what do you want to do? We're not just going to look at you like, oh, do you want to do barbering or learn how to braid or something like that? No, tell me what your passion is because we might not be your one-stop shop, but we work with so many different organizations that we could put you in a realm where it benefits you. And I think the way how we do that is we're just very open and honest when you come to that door. Like I know you might be interested in barbering, but 2 weeks later you might want to be a rapper. You might want to. They're so young. Your creative juices are flowing. There's so many things that you want to do. For us, it's like, well, we'll be your foundation, and wherever you want to go, babe, we'll take you there, or we'll hand you over. But wherever we hand you over to is going to be somebody that we trust. It's going to be an organization that we trust, or different people who are in this realm that we trust. So I feel like we establish, I use the word trust, we establish that trust first and then we build upon that for growth. So anybody who comes to our door, that's the first thing you experience. It's not like, oh, you're going to be in there trying to fish around to figure out what you want to do. I'm going to ask you, what do you want to do? Because I know ultimately I am not a barber. I know I don't have that skill or that craft set. But if that's what you want to do, then I'm going to partner you and get you to where you're going to be. You want to be in an apprenticeship program? Put you in an apprenticeship program and give you a barber to go under. If you want to just stay around the shop and try to figure out if this is something that you want to feel for, come in, sweep up some hair, get to talk to the barbers, get a feel for what you want to do, go talk to the stylist, get a feel for what you want to go do, go talk to the teacher, or not the teacher, the owner of the school across the way, see if maybe that's something you want to do.
Right.
We'll put you in the realm because, like I said, everybody who walks that door might be passionate or think, oh, barbering is a hype, but they get in there and they see the work and the dedication that has to go into it, and it's not made for everybody. Barbering is not for the weak. You have
Right.
to really, really, really be passionate about what you are doing. And
Yeah.
before you waste your time and my time, I'm going to ask you from the jump, what do you want to do, and
Yeah.
why do you do it? And if this is not for you, then I'll direct you to where you need to be.
No, that man, that's amazing. Because I know. now, like I said, social media is a blessing because it does give a lot of people the idea of what a hairstylist, a nail tech, a
Mhm.
barber deals with, what he had to do, what he or she had to do to get where she at right now or he at right now. And it's not a game. Like we go through the trenches, like school. The hours were, I mean, it's different now. They cut it a little bit, but before you had to really be in them classes, really cut some hair, really study your book, take a practical, not just a written. Yeah, that's all.
But
Like,
the blessing of knowing that was what my former business partner, like, I remember he would like explain this to me like in detail. He's
yeah,
like, this used to be 1,500 hours. They're so fortunate they get 1,000 hours. They don't have to do a practical. If
right.
you're fail, that's it. It's a wrap. And they're explaining it to me. So even with that, even like with having them practice for their licensing test, it's a funny experience because you hear them talk about what they went through, and they have it so much easier now than what you guys. Like, it's a huge transition.
No, it is because I had my olders that when I first got into the game, I went back to my old barber shop up in Imperial, and you know I would go back and forth with him. I'd be like, we should try this, we should do this also, and he'd be like, nah, I'm cool. And it wasn't like in a negative way because he did it, but I guess the transition for him was just not where he thought he really wanted to be. But he also taught me like it's still good to go outside the shop and still good to pass out flyers, still good
Mhm.
to communicate to people. So, you had the balance of both. And yeah, to hear the stories of like they really like when I took mine, all I had to do was bring a mannequin head. They would have to bring a live person and demonstrate
Mhm.
everything on somebody's head. So it's funny to hear like what each era had to go
Had to go
through.
through.
But yeah, like I love the community base. I love you talking about personal growth for yourself, but also within the business, and also with people that are bringing themselves to Borrow Gruel to grow and learn skilled techniques. Um, what is it that? What is it? Maybe in the next, we already going into 2026.
Mhm. In
And
that
man,
fourth quarter now.
it seems like this stuff be moving fast now.
Mhm.
But what is it if you can share? What is it that you guys are pushing, hoping for, and collectively collaborating with to take Barber Gruel to the next level?
So what I can share, and this is what I'm really, really excited about,
Okay.
is we first started off last year going into like after school programs, right?
Mhm.
And we got inducted to it. And at first it was very overwhelming because after school, kids don't want to deal with you and you don't want to deal with kids.
Right.
But we have launched these classes outside of Los Angeles County, with different organizations that has these schools, but they're for kids who like are the term that is used are they're called TAs, but
Okay.
they're kids that are in transition and they don't necessarily know what they want to do.
Okay.
But we've been given the opportunity to come in, work with these kids, whether it's on financial literacy, whether it's on barbering or cosmetology. They've
Mhm.
given us this platform. So I'm excited that we're launching in 2026. Well, technically, we're launching in December before they go out for their Christmas break. We're doing a pilot testing. And then, however great that goes, because it's going to go great, then we continue in our spring semester with them. And it's going to be throughout the school semester. So it's actually a class that's plugged in and they're making it accredited. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, that's dope.
Um, so for me, it's like I never dreamt of being in that realm,
Mhm.
working after school with kids, but it's an excellent realm because you get to start with them from there. Because I know me after school when I was a kid, I want to go home. But
Right.
these kids, they're genuinely excited to be at school. What is in the water there, I do not know. But they want to stay after school and they want to learn and they want to. This is something exciting for them. So I'm glad to be a part of that. I'm glad to be able to give them the resources that they need, and I'm glad to be working with organizations that understand how essential it is to be a barber or a stylist because that's the key part, them understanding how beneficial this is, not only for these students, but for them to have these students do this.
It's funny because like when I was in school, like from like elementary to high school, being in school during study hours, it was like, oh, I'm ready to go home. But it seemed like after school was like when all the best activities went down. So I was always looking forward to like staying late after school.
Hey, I went to all girls school. I do not want to see them after school. That's just it. I saw y'all for 8 hours. Time for me to go home. It's my leisure.
Oh man.
But I get it because there's great clubs and stuff that you can interact with. But I'm glad that they're not only plugging us in for after school, we're actually a part of like the curriculum. So no, y'all don't have ninth period. Second period,
Yeah.
barbering. Second period, cosmetology. Third period, financial literacy. I love the fact that they actually plug this into their syllabus. I don't know how they did it. I guess it's not a part of LAUSD, but I'm very, 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 very fortunate for it.
um Dang, I think we really touched out on a lot of. Let me see what else I can think of because I don't want to let you go just yet. Um, okay, well, let me ask you this.
Mhm.
So since this is your first establishment in this industry, and from everything that you have experienced visually and personally, and maybe seeing a little things going on social media that are owners sharing a lot more about what they feel like they lacked in and what they feel like will be the better situation to move forward in the next year or two. What is it that maybe came across your desk and you like, okay, maybe for owners that are deciding to step in this realm, what is maybe two personal and two business mindsets that you think they should consider before even started in business?
Before you decide to go into any business, study the field that you're going in. Watch the trajectory of how it goes. Find mentors that are in the same field that you're not one mentor because everybody's experience is different. When I decided to do this, I talked to, and I'm so grateful for this. I don't know if you know who Steve Ellis is, but his wife.
Yeah, I know Steve Ellis. Yeah,
Yeah, I had the pleasure of being able to sit down with Mrs. Ellis and talk to her and tell her what I wanted to do.
yeah,
And she was like, okay, Mona, if this is what you want to do, then this is what you need to do. She gave me managerial courses to take through, like even Google, because it's for free. She's
yeah,
like, take these courses, take these marketing courses, take these are the things that you need to do because this is how your business is going to grow and also flourish.
yeah,
By the insight that she gave me, it made me realize that, okay, I don't need one mentor, I need about two because everybody has a different experience. And I also needed a barber who's been proficient in this game for over like 15 years. So then I had another barber. I sat down with him. I told him what I was planning to do. And he was like, okay, Mona, well, this is what you need to do. But you have to have a plan. But your ideas are going to be great, but you also need to get insight from people who have been in this organization or been in this game a little bit longer than you.
mhm,
One, give yourself grace because you're not going to hit it out the park the first time or
yeah,
the second time or the third time or the fourth time. And forgive yourself for every time you failed throughout that process because without failure, there is no such thing as success. So that's the first thing you have to remember. You have to fail in order to succeed. Otherwise, if you keep gaining the first time, you're never going to know how to go uphill.
yeah,
Third thing that I would recommend is making time for yourself.
mhm,
When you're starting a business, you're going to be hitting the ground running 10 times out of 10. You're shooting off, but
yeah,
you're going to burn out. And when you're burning out, you're no good for yourself or for what you're trying to do. So even in these spaces where you're creating, you're building, take time for yourself. If it's like 30 minutes for the day where you just take time to figure out what you want, and it could be something simple as, you know what, I'm going to take 30 minutes to pick up a book and read, or I'm going to take a 30-minute soak or something. But make sure it's something that you're giving back or pouring back into you, because if you can't pour into yourself, then you're going to be burnt out and you're not going to be good for anybody else. What else have I learned along this journey? Oh, my biggest thing. and I don't know how people believe this, but I put God above everything because His plans are greater than mine.
Right.
I can have an idea, but me and Jesus, we're gonna talk it out because His ways are way better than mine, and His plans are way more bigger than mine. So for me, I put Him first in everything. So if you don't start off with God, then I don't feel like it's always gonna be as great as it's supposed to be. I might be wrong, but I digress.
No, I agree on that. Even when I started, when I, fully decided to jump in this, it was multiple times that it was whispered to me. And it was whispered loud, but I was like, nah, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Then a couple of years later, it came up again, and another big whisper.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, this is crazy because it was the same dialogue, same layout that I heard before. And I was like, no, I'm cool. I'm going to pass on that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny when it's meant for you.
It's gonna show up how it's supposed to.
Yeah.
Going
Yeah.
to
But
show.
I'm enjoying it. You know, like you said, I'm 5 years in now. Um, Big transition from what I was doing before to where I'm at now. Definitely a lot of growth, definitely a lot of experience from each shop that I've placed myself in to where
Mhm.
I'm at now. The growth, determination that I have for myself and where I want to go. But it's still something that I feel like deep side I'm missing because I love being behind the chair, but it's something I feel like I want to offer as well, but also in the same realm and find out how can I deliver it and how can I express it and take it to the next level. But like you said, when it's the time, he'll let me know.
He'll let you know.
Yeah.
I kid you not. I never thought 5 years ago that I would be in this position. I never thought that I would be a business owner. I honestly, I loved my job that I was working. My job is boring. It's accounting. Boring. But for me, I love numbers.
Yeah.
But and I've never been like like an engaging, like want to talk to people type person.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I love working in the community. I mean, like if I can just scrap my 9 to 5 completely and just be in the community all day, every day, that's what I would want to do.
Yeah.
Because it's just a beautiful feeling. And then and it's a beautiful feeling, yes, but the team that I have, like I
Yeah.
can't even express how grateful I am for these people that God has opened. Like when in business, things always hit the fan. But
Hmm.
you will all when people are made or sent for you, when God sent people for you,
Hmm.
it's the most beautiful thing. So I'm very appreciative of my team. There is no Barber Gurus without my beautiful team. I just want y'all to know that.
Right. And they'll definitely see that. Um, is it anything that another foundation or another like project that you guys are working on as far as the community that you guys want to speak on for the holidays, or we got Halloween coming up, we got Christmas, we got Thanksgiving, we got so much stuff that's on the way.
That's good that you asked. We have our annual Thanksgiving event. We have it every year. We provide the community with free groceries, a hot meal, blankets. This year we're gonna have canopies for the unhoused. So normally we would do it at our shop on 54th or the park up the street.
Okay.
This year I kind of want to take it back to Skid Row because I feel like that's the area where it's more affected and people need it more.
Hmm.
Or I can divide it two. That's what my brain is trying to do. Like do it at two. Because if I can do 4 back to schools in one day, I can do 2 Thanksgiving events in
You
one day.
said four back to schools in one
Oh
day.
yeah. Don't play with me. I'm gonna get it done.
Oh, that's crazy.
We
I
because
think I got offered to share my time, but I think I was going out of town. I definitely wanted to be there and help out. But
yeah,
yeah,
you
keep
have
me
next week.
posted.
You
Keep
have
me
next week.
posted.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna call you.
Yeah, I'm all about that.
But
But yeah, I mean, we shared a lot, we touched a lot. Um, I also like to talk about personal financing growth, health,
mhm.
mindset in this industry. Is that something else that you guys focus on a lot? Teaching your barbers how to financially be
Mhm.
stable, how to mentally not burn out, and just how to basically put back in them
Into
because
yourself.
every day we're pouring out to everybody else that's sitting in our chair. And sometimes we forget what we need to do to, take care of ourselves, health wise.
So that's a big thing. We haven't, I'll be honest with you, we haven't done it in a while because we do it so frequently when we're in the community where we talk to them about, you're giving so much of yourself, make sure you pour back into yourself.
Yeah.
And I guess because this team has been this team for so long and it's so solid, I've never felt the need to reiterate it because I see them doing it.
Hmm.
But in all honesty, I do talk to them about financial literacy. I think one of our barbers who's with us right now, he got pulled in because I did a financial literacy class when he was at LA Trade Tech. So
Okay.
I was able to go in there and we had a look and learn. That pulled him in.
Yeah.
Now he's every time he comes, he's like Mona, and I'll break it down. So
Yeah.
for me, it's like I always have my door open. Like you know how people have a shut off time for like a certain
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It don't matter what time a barber or stylist call me. You are
Yeah.
part of my team. You need me, I'm there. I'm always going to be there. So they're the only people who have an open door policy besides my mom. If you
Okay.
need me, and I will go out of my way for you outside of my operational hours.
That's
Um,
dope.
so I feel like as anybody who has a business, if you are only as good as your team, and you have to show up for them just like how they show up for you. And they might not need you within the regular 9 to 5 hours. There might be some serious stuff going on past that. If you can't put yourself aside to help someone in your team, then what's the purpose of having them on your team? Because if they're not good, you're not good. That's just how I see it.
Yeah. That's fire. Um, yeah, I think we tackled it. I think we definitely talked that shit today.
You sure did.
um, let everybody. I mean, I'm a shout it out again, but let everybody know where's the location at. Let them know if they want to help out as far as your events that you got coming up. If they just need somewhere to go, like community based wise, and just come and learn and see, learn and grow. Tell them where they can come.
So our amazing shop is on 54th and Western. Our address is 1831 West 54th Street. Los Angeles, California, the zip code 90062. I always mix up the thing. If you want to volunteer your time, you can always email us at barbergurus@gmail.com, or you have the opportunity to call or text me. I'm available. Phone number is 213-800-6788. And I really had to think about that phone number just now.
Don't worry, we'll
You
get
guys
it.
just pop in. If you can pop in, my team is there. If I'm not there, they'll call me and I'll call you. That's just generally how it is. And if you ever need me, I'm always there on a Thursday and sometimes on Sundays.
I like this one. Official AB Smooth. I think I said that correctly. He said my affirmation. I'm going to full throttle here in Detroit in high school. So, and he also said she's speaking everything I've been planning to do. So, see, look, we reaching someone out in
Connect, love,
Detroit.
connect.
See,
Connect. Because I
yeah.
feel like, and I feel like this is something that we can take to different states.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like I've been working with barbers in DC to try to just like do what we're doing here. And I feel like after DC I want to branch back out to New York. I want to keep doing this in multiple states. Like I love California, but I feel like the blueprint started here, but I feel like it's needed everywhere else. There's
Yes.
there's a type of kids who don't know what they're doing across this entire country. And it
Yes.
has people like us that have been through it that know what we're doing to guide them as well. It's not an easy process because when
Yeah.
we were that age, we didn't listen to nobody. So I'm pretty
Right.
sure they're not listening.
Right.
But it's showing up for them in
Yeah.
every avenue that you can show up for them. And that's what I'm going to keep doing. As long as I'm doing this, I'm always show up.
Yeah. And not me at that age, yes, it's hard. I think my mom or my grandmother used to say, like, his head is hard as a brick. But, but at that age, you're more accessible to, being a sponge and learning.
Mhm.
It's just the approach that you come at.
You take with
And
it.
that's always been like the issue. It's like, don't talk at me, talk
Talk
with
to
me.
me.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Talk to me. Let's
Yeah,
communicate with each other. If you come
yeah,
off to a teenager or a child at that age and you come off condescending, then you're
yeah,
gonna get some attitude back.
yeah.
What do you want to do? Let's talk about it. Because
Hmm.
there's man, I forgot to even tell you. We work with kids that are in foster homes, and
Okay.
most of the time, before they even get to the shop, I'll go to the foster home and I'll sit down with them and their caseworker, and I want to know who you are. I want to know what made you decide that barbering's for you. Like, tell me a little about yourself. Was it a hype trend on a video you saw on YouTube? Because those would make me want to be a barber too.
Right?
Like, tell me what you're interested in. If you don't take the time to really focus on the demographic that you're trying to reach, you're gonna lose them before you even get them.
Facts. Mona, this was amazing. I thank you. I know you say you owe me one, but you never owe me anything, you know. So I just want to say I appreciate you taking your Sunday, your time to chop it up on my platform. And if you ever have anything that you want to share again, to say, yo, G, I want to get back on your platform,
Mm-hmm.
and because it's our platform, and let's talk.
Yeah, of
Barber Gruel. Let's talk about Barber Growth. Let's talk about whatever you got going on, and let's keep it going.
course. I love it. I definitely will.
All right. Have a good night, and I
You
appreciate you again.
too. Have
All
a
right.
good night, everybody.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
All right, y'all. I just want to say thank you for tuning in. Mona was great. She did her thing. I hope you guys enjoyed the platform. Talk your barber shit. I got more and more guests coming up. I just got to schedule the times, the days, but we going to keep it going. We going to keep it moving. We going to keep it pushing. I just want to say appreciate everyone. One love. Talk your barber shit. Garcia the Barber. I'm out. And if you guys see someone that you like that's on my platform that's going to come up and shop, tune in, leave in that little inbox, that little symbol with the question mark sign. Put in there what you would love me to ask. I know I have my questions, but if it's something particular that you want me to ask the guest, either I'll answer it or I'll read it and then I'll let her answer it. But if it's something for me, I'll answer it as well. So I want you guys to feel like this is all of us. So one love, I'm out.